How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of RimWorld. Hope you guys have been enjoying this series so far. If you guys have, you guys know what to do. Smash those like button and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. And with that, let's get into today's episode. So, in the last episode, we finished setting up some sheltery things. We also started on getting a production area going. Got a little bit of a refrigerator slash food production, and we're gonna hopefully start on our defenses. Now, we already had our first raid, so it's not optimal just yet. However, I do want to get some more things constructed. So it looks like our plants are about 74% grown. And our prisoner, let's check on them. Needs. Yeah, nobody cares about you right now until you're part of our colony. Let's see, it still has a little bit of a high resistance. We're going to keep trying to recruit. Thankfully, recruit automatically reduces resistance as well, so it's not like, oh, we have to reduce, then switch to recruit. Recruiting will slowly go down. And we do want to try to recruit them if at all possible, so let's go ahead and turn up to speed 3 just while we wait for that. Oh no, it looks like a fire up top. Not too bad. Let's see, I do want to get orders. Let's get some hauling. I want to haul everything up here. And then harvest everything in that vicinity. Cut any plants in this vicinity as well. And then lastly, chop any wood in this vicinity as well. Awesome. Okay. We do have a little bit of low food, but like I said, the crops should start coming in soon. We don't really need any of those, so let's deconstruct those. Let's also deconstruct that. Ooh, okay, it looks like we have another raid, so let's jump to its location. So we have, again, another melee guy. Nothing too serious up here. That's a really big chunk of steel I just realized right there. There's some good, actually, really good amounts of steel. There are some fires on the map which aren't great for us, but we'll deal with it as it comes. Okay, and as soon as that raid queues, we're gonna go ahead and get our guys ready. Great part is we can kind of set them up into a defensive position here. Yep, I was gonna say they're probably gonna start their assault. Let's send out our guy. Let's reposition. No, he's gonna get the cat. Don't let him get him. There we go. Alright. And yeah, I was gonna say, usually you kill the second one. Alright, so now we have a dead body, which is not great. So what we're gonna do is under the misc tab, we're gonna build a grave. Now, at some point we can get an incinerator, but for now we're not going to have an incinerator. So let's find, where do we want to put dead bodies? Now, I've seen different ways of people just putting them like in the corner of the map. However, it's nice when you have your colonists die and you put them in a grave, because then there's a place for your colonists to go and mourn. Let's just put them on the outside of the walls, perhaps. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Did I just bury them in this? Let's claim it. I don't want you to consume him. I also don't really want to assign a colonist to it. Okay, then we're going to do the other thing. Grave. Grave. Prioritize working on that grave, and then Junie over here will worry about trying to bury this. Another thing, though, is if you do have buried bodies, if a colonist decides to dig up said bodies, it is not great. Prioritize burying once you're done with what you're doing. Solid. Minor break risk, yeah. At least, okay, the body's buried. So we should be fine with that. We need a better storeroom. So let's see, where should we put it? I think maybe we should put it like here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do structure, walls. Doesn't need to be a super big storeroom. 2. Yeah. We'll do something like this. And then floors. Wooden floors, structure, door. We'll do two more doors on that inside. And then we'll do furniture. Let's see. Shelf. And then we'll start just storing things in there as we go. Okay. We do want to get the Elder Roll filled as well. Let's see. So we can assign someone to be effectively our leader. And out of these ones, I think we're going to go with Horn. So let's select Horn. Let's go social. Let's assign the role. Oh, we need our ritual spots. Okay, so then let's just grab... I guess for now, let's set it there. Well, Psychic Soothe. So then Horn. Social. Assign role. You can be our moral guide. So we'll start a little bit of a ritual. Have a little bit of some things. And so this is part of the Ideology DLC that we get. And as you can see, there's some interesting things that can happen. So you can go like an altar. You can get lecterns, pews, reliquaries, styling stations, light balls, speakers, drums, cages for things. Interesting. Terrace. Yeah, there's some interesting things. And of course, we got the required thing, so now we have that. Let's see. I do want to get some more of. Let's see, orders. Haul. I want to make sure that the stuff is hauled. It is important to note when they're cleaning, they're going to clean everything in the home area. So you usually don't want to have too large of a home area, like in the outdoorsy area. At least early on, especially if you have cleaning as high assigned as we do, just because then they start to clean all the outside areas, which aren't optimal. So if we go ahead and look at zone, and we clear some of this home zone, I don't really need this area to be home zoned. And same thing over here. I'll just double check to make sure there's no, like... Yeah. I will, however... Oh, marriage is on. Cool. I do want to zone around this tree as a home zone, just so that way it is protected if fire does spread towards it. Looks like we are starting to get a small stockpile of food, which is good. Potatoes are starting to get harvested, so what I want to do now that we have some getting harvested, probably on the next day I'll set it up so that way we can start harvesting all of it and bringing it in. As for Kit, let's see, how close to you, or how close to joining us are you? You're at 9.4, so probably about another 2 days if we keep up that resistance. And it said travelers were coming, right? I think that's what it just said, right? Maybe. Another raid. Again, small raid. So nothing too terrible yet. Nothing too terrible yet. Then I do want to just make sure that storage settings, we don't want food stored here. I don't want rotten stored here. Yeah. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy settings. Then we're gonna hit J or paste settings, just so that way it's the same storage-esque area. And of course things will keep getting moved. There's a fire. Where is there a fire? Oh no, they attacked immediately. Okay. You need to get there. You need to get there. You need to head there. Okay. Fall back. Head there. Let's see, let's bait. Let's bait that way. Let's bait that way. Oh no. Okay. How injured are you? Nothing, just a bruise. Okay, good. So yep, you're gonna tend to that. You also have a bruise. And then I want to go ahead and get another furniture. Sleeping spot. And then R. And capture. And then let's see, what did we win here? What were our spoils? Nothing super terribly bad about this individual. They have a little more sensitivity to those psychic. Let's see. Gets a rush from hurting people. So definitely going to be a combat person, and they're not really incapable of anything that is bad. Artistic and intellectual aren't super important right now. They will become more important in the mid and kind of late game, but right now we don't need to worry about them too much. The mining, construction, melee, and shooting is very important, so it looks like we'll get another kind of soldier to help with the defense, which is good. So they could end up being one of our more popular people. We do need to get our AC fixed, it looks like. Okay, and we'll go back to 3-speed. And then I want you for prisoner. Also try to recruit if at all possible. Once you're done with that, you repair the cooler, then the turbine. Sweet. Okay, so then looks like our little workshop's coming along nicely. Yeah, we do need to make sure we get some batteries, because right now we're just not having the best of time. I do want to try to get, let's see, power. We could get a wood fuel generator. But until we research trees, that means we're going to burn through a lot of our current supply of wood, which is not optimal. Okay, well, those two have been fixed. Okay, so let's see. The other thing I think we should try to work on is let's start getting new rooms built as well. So we can either keep doing this, keep expanding, or the other option, there's an infection. Okay, we'll have to handle that here in a second. I could have sworn... there was a blueprint and copy and paste. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong game. No, because I've done it. I don't know. We'll queue up that, and then furniture like a so. Beds like a so. Night tables. And then torches for now. Eventually we'll switch them out to actual like lamps and heaters and things. And then lastly, let's throw in where are the pots? Over here. I can never remember where they are in the little HUD. Okay, and then floors, wood floor. Cool. And then so that they can actually get into the rooms. Some doors. Awesome. Alright, so that will be for those two. Next, we have an infection. Sky has an infection. Okay. So when they have an infection, if we look under health, if I can click that tab. So she has a lot of problems. This individual is not great. It looks like she has a lot of cuts, stabs, and all sorts of things. However, notice there's all these bandages. So that tells us, okay, they're treated. Now, if we look at, say, the infection, it says it's minor. It tells us how, kind of what's going on with it. So it's a 1.2% progressed. I believe if it gets to 100%, the individual dies. So our goal is to effectively make sure that they do not die. So they need to get tended to. So 4 eyes. Who's our doctor? Our number 1 doctor is Horn. So Horn, you need to get here and you need to prioritize tending to this individual. So we're going to tend to it. And so now the infection is basically stopped from spreading very quickly. It's slowed down. Notice our immunity is growing faster than the infection is, which is good because if the immunity hits 100%, then she's good. But if infection hits 100%, she's dead. So Junior, what, did you pass out or why are you here? I'm confused. Why are you laying here? You're injured. Go lay in a bed. What? I don't know. Alright. So when we have somebody we want to keep, and especially if they're... Right now it's not an individual we have as a colonist, so it really could go either way. Like, if they survive, great. It helps the colony. If they don't survive, oh well. But note, it tells us when they can be tended again, which is less than the time the tending, or I guess the bandage, has left on it, right? So it gives you kind of a little bit of time between, kind of some overlap there, so you can basically keep the bandage fully like clean and the wound fully dressed without any problems. Okay, who do we have on harvesting? Junie. Okay, once you're done with that, I want you to prioritize harvesting. And then I want to prioritize you hauling. Let's make sure we queue up. Okay. And then prioritize hauling, prioritize hauling. Psychic Soothe is ending. Okay, that's fine. Just because I want to make sure we have plenty of food kind of stored away. Now, notice, refrigerated, so they won't spoil, so we'll be fine. And then if we have frozen, frozen's even better. But because we're going to have people working in here, I don't really want it to be frozen, at least until we can get parkas. So let's see. It looks like your prisoner tab, 7.3, and kit is at 7.5. So honestly, we're probably going to end up getting Sky first. Okay. Yeah, the immunity, and pretty much we will have saved her life. So there's a good chance that we'll be able to convince her to be like, hey, we didn't let you die there, bud. Perhaps you should join us. Heat stroke, yes. Who has heat stroke? Horn has heat stroke. So it's important. If you look down here in the bottom right, you can see what the temp is. 100 degrees outside, and if we put our mouse, say, indoors, it's 102. Part of that reason is these torches. So, let's turn these off for now. Just while it's so hot outside. Let's not refuel them once they run out. Because, yeah, the room that has no torch is 95 and cooling off faster than the rooms here. There's a mad rat. So let's go jump to where it is. Want to keep a track of where it's heading. So as long as it doesn't see anybody, we'll be fine. And if it sees somebody, it becomes a problem. As soon as these guys wake up, we're gonna toggle. Okay, he saw the rat. And if we need to, we'll, let's say. Usually little animals like that are fairly easy to kill. Okay, once you're done with whatever you're doing, I want you to prioritize hauling all of our potatoes. So that way we can make sure we have plenty of food stockpiled. And then, just so that way we have it, production, I'm gonna get a fueled stove, just so that it exists in here. So that way, in the event that, say, like right now, power runs out, we still can make quality food. Okay. So we have meals, we have food stockpiled, so food is pretty good. I think our next goal in the next episode is, once we hopefully convert the prisoners, is going to be to fully get... I really want to get somebody working on the stone. Who is on crafting? Four Eyes. Four Eyes, what are you doing? Are you also our warden? You are. Okay. So once you're done with that, I want you to prioritize making blocks. That's your new goal. Because we kind of need blocks just made. So that way we can, just get some things made. I really want Kit to be recruited, because if we can get Kit recruited, what they can do is they can start doing research for us, which will be really good. Okay, I also want to get power. Let's get another wind turbine. Let's actually get two more. Inspiration. Okay, that's good. So for 8 days, we have a really skilled shooter. Okay, there's some heat stroke going on. And then for temperature, what I want to do is I want to get a vent. Well, not between that one just yet, but like... yeah, I'll just put it there. And then... we'll do something like that. And then as for power... the power conduit... we'll just do that. And then that way it will also help bring power towards where we're going to eventually need it anyway, so I think we should be fine. Hey! A weaver needing help. So, let's see. The Great Chief of Two Treaty is requesting a favor. His friend is interested in learning about other cultures, and he wants you to host her at Blackjackville for 18 days. This individual will do no work. Okay, so that's a big ask, because this individual will be with us for 18 days and we'll have to feed them. Now, do we want to take this risk on? Right now we have two prisoners who are also eating food. So the question becomes, do we have enough food? Well, we have about 500 units of potatoes. A little bit of meat as we get some hunting now and again. And we have currently 17 units of food stockpiled. Now, technically we have a decent amount of food. However, any number of things could happen that could cause us to use a lot of it. And because we don't have a reliable power just yet, there's a chance that, say, the refrigerator is out for a few days. I know it takes 30 days for the stuff to spoil, though. So even with that, yeah. When it's inside, it deteriorates. It spoils, it doesn't deteriorate, which is good. So we do either run the risk of running out of food. We have an individual we'd have to also house, which means we need another bedroom. Do we commit to more room for her? I'm gonna say no. I don't think we will. Although we could get some gold. With no major significant genetic modifications. We could just get a free person. Interesting. Okay, so we could just have somebody join us then. For free, basically. That wouldn't be a bad idea, so we could get somebody out of it. With actually really good skill. Okay, you know what? Never mind. We are going to take it. We're going to take it for a free person. Did we get both people? No. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Do we have to assign her a bed? I don't think so. Set owner. Okay, well, you have a bed. I do want to make sure that these are zoned, though, for having a roof. Just because I don't know. Orders. Chop wood. Okay, I do want to make sure all the wood in the walls are chopped so we can use it. And I think that's where we're going to call it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns for me, leave those down below. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.